Hi guys, I'm going to go over with you your individual quiz 1-1 through 1-2. That was from September 22nd. And I want to look at number 1, investigate the function, and we wanted you to plug this right into your calculator. Okay, so the square root of x plus 3 can go right in, but see my cursor is still under the square root. I have to hit the right arrow button in order to hit -2. Otherwise, it doesn't graph exactly correct. Many of you got this right, but some of you missed that. Then I can go ahead and hit zoom 6 and look at what the graph looks like. It gives me an idea. And then of course I want to look at the table to find what the exact ordered pairs are. If I scroll down just a little bit, I see at -5, -4, and everything lower than that, I'm going to get error, error, error. So my very first and most probably important point is -3, -2. I'm going to put that on my table and on my graph. Okay, that's my starting point. Now it said at least 4 points from this table with integer output. So I'm only going to look on this side, and anything with an integer output I'm going to include. So -2, -1. I'm going to skip the ones that have gross decimals. 1, 0. Skip, 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 skip. And then 6, 1. And there are my 4 ordered pairs that are nice and easy. We're going to learn another strategy for how to solve or graph this quickly later. Okay? But you really needed to either use graph paper and actually graph the points, or if you used notebook paper, you needed to be really, really, really careful with how it looked. You needed to pay attention to the scale. You needed to do your best to make the scale actually work and make it a nice looking graph. So this is what I did on my notebook paper. Okay, you can see my ordered pairs. You can see the tick marks for my x-axis, and I use the lines on the paper for the y-axis. Okay, you can't just kind of slop some stuff down and think it's going to get you full points. Okay, table done, graph done, domain and range. Okay, not sure you can see that. I think you can barely see that. I'll put it up here. Okay, the domain, remember this ordered pair is -3, -2, the most important point on the graph. It's the leftmost point. It does include -3, so I need a bracket, and it goes to the right forever, so it's infinity. Range, my lowest point on the graph is also this point, so I start at -2, the y value of the lowest point, and it does actually go up to infinity forever and ever and ever. It just doesn't grow very fast. Okay, then it said the y-intercept. I can go back to my table. The y-intercept happens when x is 0. So the y-intercept needs to be given as an ordered pair, 0, comma, and it says to the nearest tenth. I was really nice with grading this time. I may not be so nice next time. Nearest tenth is 1 spot after the decimal, so -0.2679. The first spot after the decimal would be 0.2, but I have to look at that 6. That 6 rounds it up to -0.3. Again, if you had the right answer, I did not take points off, but in the future, if you don't round correctly, you definitely could lose points. Okay, question number 2, and I'm going to fold it a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, question number 2 has 2 different kinds of instructions. Okay, this one says evaluate g of -2. That means go to the g equation and plug in -2 every time you see an x. So 2 times -2 squared minus 3 times -2 plus 1. Really, I wanted to see you show some work here. If you made a mistake, you probably didn't make that a +6. 8 plus 6 plus 1 is 15. Really, most of you did that one just fine. If you had a mistake on here, you didn't show me that you understood these directions. When it says solve, it means solve for x. Find x if f of x equals 5. That's just a substitution question. Get rid of f of x, put in the number 5. Okay, so 5 equals 2x plus 3. Now it's a super easy solving equation if you know what the directions we're actually asking you to do. Okay, question number 3, solving. I would say for the most part, you guys did a really good job with this. Okay, remember this means -1 to distribute. Okay, On the right side, I can combine like terms and get negative 7x minus 13. Then I can add 7 to both sides. I can add 5 to both sides. I can divide by 12. And guys, you have to always, 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 always simplify. Again, I was pretty easy on that this time. You're going to need to make sure you simplify in the future. My battery's running low, so I'm going to cut this and make a second video.